Hey, what's up everybody? We are back. We got something special today. This is a Springfield Armory M1A. This is the loaded edition. You know what, before we even talk about it, I'm just going to take a few shots just because this is such a neat rifle. Notice we're not shooting any of our steel targets today because this will demolish those at this range, so I'm just going to shoot just random things around here. That AC. Oh, that is fun. Alright, so again, this is the Springfield M1A. Ooh, smoking barrel. This is the loaded edition with a 22-inch barrel, I believe. What can I say? This is a very, very sweet gun. It's a pretty historical gun for anybody who has really looked into such things. This is the civilian version of the M14, which was the kind of short-lived military rifle between the M1 Garand and the more modern M16. It's chambered in 308 or 7.62x51, which is actually what I was just shooting. Comes in free states with 20-round box magazines. This is a pre-ban, means made before 1994 because we live in Massachusetts. There's just a lot of love for these things. They basically decided to take the M1 Garand platform that was essentially was a major component in helping us win the war of World War II. They said, okay, we like the M1 Garand. It's a great rifle design. Let's modify it a little bit. So instead of using clips, like top-loading clips like the M1 Garand used to use, they went to box magazines. They modified the action a little bit so we could accept the shorter 308 cartridge instead of the 30-06 cartridge that the M1 was produced in. These were issued, trying to think, mid-60s, right before the Vietnam era. In fact, a lot of these were used in Vietnam. And they are actually still used, the M14s, again, are still used today as DMRs, fire suppression, stuff like that. Pretty much the only difference between this and your regular M14 is that the M14 had a selector switch, the fun switch to go to fully automatic. However, most people didn't use them, especially even in the military. And in fact, a lot of units, they even had the selector switch welded to semi-automatic only because they realized that nobody in the squad is capable of handling a 308 and full automatic, which I would definitely agree with. This would be a handful in full automatic, I will say that. But you got your basic ring style sight, ghost ring sight with a really nice front post there. Oh, got a little screw coming loose here. I'll do it a little later and tighten that. But it shoots amazing. It's a heavy rifle, especially with the wood stock like this has. You can get them with limited stocks, I believe limited stocks, to reduce weight a little bit. You can get them with different barrel lengths, like the Scout version or the SOCOM 16, if you want a more compact package. But overall, it's a fantastic shooter, accurate as all hell, especially with their iron sights. That's what they were known for back in the day, being able to reach out and touch something even without an optic mounted to it. Speaking of which, it's actually kind of difficult to mount an optic to these things. There's really no way to do it. Well, there is a way to do it out of the box. Right here is essentially where you would mount a proprietary scope mount kit, and I actually have one. And I have a scope. I have a Vortex Strike Eagle 1-8, which I will be mounting on this thing eventually, and we'll bring it back out once I do that. So, yeah, overall a fantastic gun. Shoots like a dream. It eats up the recoil of a 308 just because it's pretty damn heavy. Once you learn how to shoot it, it won't hurt your shoulder at all. So, here, let's take another go at it here. Another one of my pre-ban magazines. We'll go to the 10-rounders in a minute, the new state legal ones. We'll give this another go here. There are a few things on this planet that are as satisfying as doing that with one of these. There's really not much else to say about this thing that has been said a million times. It's a well-loved rifle, used by servicemen and women, even to this day, in various configurations. It's a great gun. I really don't know what else to say about it. To buy one today, new, regardless of your political, not political, regardless of your feelings on the Springfield company as they stand today, we won't get into that in this video, but I will say they make a fantastic firearm. So if you can get maybe one of these used, if you don't want to maybe support Springfield right off the bat, one of these used might be a great option for you. Just because they shoot so nice, they are such well-made pieces of equipment. There's very little negative that can be said about these rifles, whether your feelings on the company are positive or not. Shoots great. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, why don't you just get an AR-10? An AR-10 does everything that an M1A can do, except it does it better. Well, one, we live in Massachusetts, so AR of any style is really out of the option for us, or really not an option for us. But aside from that, there's just something special about this rifle. It's like, I really can't put my finger on it. It's like getting in touch with some history, and nothing shoots quite like it, honestly. So here, I'll let off another magazine, and then we'll call it quits for the day. Give you another look at this beautiful rifle. Get into that water heater. Now that smells good. That's a sign of a good day right there. All right, so everybody, once again, the Springfield Armory M1A. I didn't mention the price point on this. New, you're going to be looking at probably about anywhere from $1,500 to $1,700. They're a bit on the pricey side. Used, you might be able to find maybe like $1,200, maybe somewhere around there. Expensive for a rifle, no doubt about it. But once you feel one of these things in your hand, the quality of it is, it's unbeatable. As soon as I picked it up, I absolutely understood the price tag for it. So really try one if you can. Not everybody can, but seriously, they are so much fun. They are absolutely phenomenal rifles. Springfield M1A.